Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about cycling clothing, and we're also going to be skating, but first I wanted to get into cycling clothing, right? Because if you don't know me, or if you're new to the channel, I've been cycling every day for almost a year now, to and from work, to get groceries, to go skate unless one of the homies picks me up. So basically, like, I've really put a lot of miles on this thing. And over the course of the year, I've had to find clothing and gear that I could use as a commuter, because typically when you think of cycling, right, you think of like the super tight spandex with like the crazy clicky shoes and everything like that, which is totally fine if you're really into that stuff and, you're doing it as like a side sport or hobby. That's great. But as a commuter, I need to like pull up to where I'm going and get off quick, get in the store, get things done. So I mean, it's just optimal for what I'm using it for. And with that, a lot of companies that make cycling clothing don't really focus on commuters, right? They often focus on like the techie athletic stuff. And I was looking for a cycling hat, and I ordered one from this company called ORNOT out of San Francisco. It's like a wool, what is it, merino wool, little cap, and it covers my ears, which is what was a big problem, and it fits under my helmet. So that was what I was looking for. And this little brim, as goofy as it is, it keeps a lot of the rain and snow and things out of my eyes, because obviously in the winter you want to have your face covered, and a lot of times if you're wearing goggles or glasses, they'll fog up and you can't see where you're going. It's very dangerous. So I prefer to just have a little brim, pull it down, I can still see where I'm going, I bought the hat, and when it arrived, Ben from ORNOT emailed me. I imagine he does for all their new customers. He said something along the lines of like, hey, I saw this is your first purchase, I really hope you enjoy it. And he said, small company over there, I think 7 people working there. And I was like, wow, that's very cool that they reached out. I sent him an email back saying like, hey, I make YouTube videos, any chance you want to send me some stuff that I could test out? And lo and behold, he said absolutely. And he sent me these pants and this sweater and that belt and these wool socks. So huge thank you to Ben. This isn't a sponsored video. He just sent me the stuff and said go ahead and review it, test it out, do whatever. I don't have to say anything in particular. So yeah, this is just my 2 cents on it. And first, I will say it is very expensive. Cycling clothing, it's very, very expensive for whatever reason. But especially smaller brands like ORNOT, you can tell very quickly that it's quality stuff. For instance, YKK zippers on all of their zippers, right? And it's a small thing, but if you know anything about clothing, YKK is like the highest quality zippers you can get. They're the best. So if you ever see that on like a smaller clothing brand, they're pulling out all the stops to make it as like quality as possible. And just the materials, it's extremely stretchy. Typically cycling stuff is a little bit more slim fitting because you need to fit it under things, and I like this fit in particular for cycling because it fits underneath my jacket really well, and it moves with me. It's not restricting in the arms. It's just very like comfortable. The hood is very thin, so I can wear it underneath my helmet if it gets like really windy. It's just, they've kind of thought of everything, like inside this pocket here, this material is just like so nice. It's like, it feels good on my hands. I just gotta keep my hands in here, right? But yeah, and these pants, being $160, I believe, something like that. I'll put it on the screen, but yeah, it's something I wouldn't typically skateboard in, right? But Ben from ORNOT said, hey, we got some guys that skate over here. I'm gonna send you some pants. These pants are great to skate in. So we gotta put them to the test, And I'm obviously gonna have to, right? So with it being so great out and everything like that, it's just the weather is fantastic this time of year. I have to skate. So we're here at the basketball courts. This is kind of like the usual place I like to warm up. We're just gonna mess around, do some flat ground. It's been a while. I've been going to the park a lot, skating a lot of like obstacles more than flat ground. So it'd be nice to skate some flat, mess around on the bench, and then we'll hit up the curb spot, check it out, see if it's any damage from the curb plows or anything like that. And yeah, and then we'll finish out the video with talking about how it was skating in the pants. So let's do it.
Nice weather.
Alright, surprisingly not a lot of damage to the curb. A few little chunks here and there. You can fill them in with wax, nothing serious. There's one bigger crack here. But springtime, we'll just put a little steel stick in there. I was really worried that the plows were gonna just smash this thing up after all that hard work, so it survived most of the winter so far, but yeah. You gotta put a little wax on it, it should be good to go. Alright, well, I think we can definitively say that these clothes work great for skateboarding. A couple key features about the pants that I didn't mention is that they have like a gusseted crotch, which means that like it's got like an extra piece of fabric here, give you a little bit more room in the legs. I am wearing long johns today because it's like 38 degrees out, so even with those on, they still felt really nice and movable. Yeah, really nice to skate in. I imagine in the summer they'll be even better because they're actually quite breathable and light feeling, which is great. The sweater is a little tight for me to be skating in. I personally would prefer something a little bit more flowy, but it's cold and it worked. It was breathable and super comfortable. I really like this hood. I wish more hoods were like thin like that. And yeah, the belt, super nice, elasticy. It's got a magnetic closure, real nice and easy to clip, and it's good to go. The wool socks felt great. I had no complaints about those. Basically everything was great. If you're somebody that spends like $100+ on pants normally, which is, you know, generally about what like a pair of Levi's cost 80 bucks or something, right? So like, you know, if you want to go the extra mile and get something a little bit more technical, the fabric and everything is really thought out. The zippers, everything's really high quality. I imagine that these pants would last a very long time. You know, if you're not sliding over the ground, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the pockets have zippers in the back, keep your wallet from falling out while you ride. Everything's been thought of. It's got a little cell phone side pocket. You know, they really like manufactured them around cycling, but they work great for hiking, any outdoor activity really, I'd imagine, and skateboarding as well. So huge thank you to Ben at ORNOT for sending me these. You know, it was super nice of him. I appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, it's not just me being like, oh, I like this company, but I've already ordered a pair of the gloves and a neck warmer. So I just like their products. The logo's very small. One of their big advertisements is be a walking billboard or not, you know, so they keep their tags very small, minimal. I like that. I don't like having, you know, a giant logo here or anything like that. One more thing is that you know, certain items are made from dead stock fabric, so they save it from landfills. So, you know, they're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. It's a smaller company and they're trying their best to make the best quality products that they can. So like I said, if you cycle or bike or you know, just want to try some different kind of clothing, it's really movable and flexible, like I said, hiking, any of that stuff, this is all great stuff for it. Check it out. I'll leave a link to their website in the description. Huge thanks to Ben again for sending me these very nice clothes. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, they work for skating, obviously. Had a great time. Skating was so fun today. So I guess that's it. Ow!
Don't know nothing about me, dude.